What's up, y'all? Y'all see where I'm at? Yeah, I'm right here on the corner of 79th and King Drive, Playboy. You see where we at? That's the Whitney Young Library. I got a question. Are you pro-capitalism slash anti-communism slash anti-socialism? I got some good news and bad news. The bad news is you're a dumbass. The good news is being a dumbass is a choice, and you don't have to stay a dumbass. We finna get your ass educated. I'm about to introduce. Damn, they yelling and shit. We about to see this. The hood, still the hood, but guess what? We got these services right here in the hood, and we could turn shit around for the better if y'all at least give me a chance to explain. Then it's finna rain. Bars. It's actually raining right now. But yeah, follow me as I finish this J. We go to the library and start our day. Actually, I've been up since 4 a.m. I was able to smoke, roll a joint at 420. It was cool. It was cool. This is the same place I came to vote. Yeah, I voted, pendejo. I know I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Sister Harris either. Watch my other videos. But yeah, boy, this the hood, boy. Look at that. Right across the street from the motherfucking library is a boarded up building. And this building big as fuck too. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Damn, them old timers over there, they look mad as fuck. Let me hurry up and get in here. But yeah, excuse me spitting and shit. But yeah, we finna introduce y'all to the library. Let me show y'all how this shit work. Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
Good, and you? What a cute ass. Kids in there having movie night or whatever. See, that's how that shit go. Hello. Good afternoon. Hi, I have a 2:30 appointment for the study room. Here you go. All right. Okay. It's this one right here, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, y'all. Look at that. Arthur say having fun isn't hard when you got a library card. But I ain't even used my library card. I used the state issued state issued identifying card. Your ID, my brothers and sisters. Okay, so bear with me while I set things up. I was supposed to bring my phone stand, but that didn't quite happen according to plan. But it's all good, because I'm still that man. And y'all finna hear exactly what I'm saying. Just give me a minute. I ain't playing, looking at it. No, but getting my laptop together. But yeah, y'all, the library raw as hell. If you're against socialism and communism, let me explain something to you. Our tax money pays for our ability to come to a facility. I keep rhyming. We can come to a facility such as this for free. Use the rooms that they have here for free. I have this room for 2 hours. You know, when I was homeless in Minneapolis, I used to schedule time in these study rooms just to sleep, just to catch some Z's. It's a safe haven. You know, look in the the description. I actually ran for mayor, and one of my desires was to make the libraries 24 hours. It really is a safe haven. And for anybody saying, "Oh, but how would you circumvent crime and all of that?" And it's like, well, y'all have to understand that this is only one part of my plan. This was only one mere part of the whole deal, my brothers and sisters. Damn, I really fucked up by not bringing my little yeah. Not the kind of little yeah y'all thinking. But I had like this little thingy that would allow me to just sit my phone right on top. But this is just to show y'all I'm working with what I'm working with right now. Fuck. Okay, cause see, I'm gonna need everything that I'm finna use. So shit. Damn. Well, anyway, I could at least finish saying what I was saying. I could get another book. Um, so yeah, there are all kind of really cool books that you can find. Okay, perfect. It's not gonna lock me out. There's all kind of, ooh, I just randomly picked out a book for y'all. Shout out to my cousin 3J. You can come here and learn anything you want in this motherfucker for free. Our tax money pays for it. Don't be a pendejo. When I tell you this shit is important, I'm not saying that shit. Actually, I am saying it for my health. I'm saying it for the health of all our black ass. And you want to know something funny? Speaking of all our black ass, the real reason people quote unquote don't like socialism and communism and all of that is because they only want that if they in a country extremely racist like the United States, the white people are not gonna want to share resources with the entirety of uh the population because they don't want our black ass to have anything. And even more ironically, um, these motherfuckers have the nerve to try to say that they don't support that type of shit when these guys got free housing. These white devils got free housing. Look up the Trail of Tears, look up the Homestead Act. These white devils got free housing that they stole from Native Americans, and they just handed all that shit out to them white people for free. So, suck my dick. All right, so now look, all the raw shit you can do at the library, that shit is just endless, G. Just endless. Like, you can rent not just books, DVDs, instruments. You can use the bathroom without having to buy a fucking coffee, without having to push in a fucking code. Your tax money pays for your use to just come in here, take a piss, no questions asked. Certain cool, interesting events, just like you saw, we was walking past as we was coming in here. Little kids was in there watching. I don't know if it was kids, but I just assumed that it was kids because it sounded like a kid's movie or whatever the fuck. So yeah. But yeah, speaking of kids, you know what? I could come here and charge my phone, charge my vape, charge my speaker, charge my laptop, charge my bike battery for free. Come on, man, stop fucking playing. But going back to the kids, right? They have opportunities once again for this to be a safe haven for them. You want the kids to be safe and shit, but you're talking about let's stop communism. Well, I got bad news for your stupid ass. As you can see, I could be nice when I want to be. Like I was nice to the fast sister when I first came in the door, and how I was nice to, I'm nice in general. I lead with love. But if you're a dumbass, you're going to get this work. Once again, being a dumbass is a choice, and you don't have to be a dumbass for long. But at any rate, um, there are also different versions of libraries and different versions of communism and socialism. One is mutual aid, and this is an example of mutual aid. Have y'all seen those? I've seen most of what I'm about to say. I see most of these in Minnesota, like all over the place, what I'm about to tell y'all. And I've only seen them in abundance in Hyde Park here in Chicago. And I think I've just recently started to notice them, which is those little libraries that, take a book, leave a book. That's a beautiful system for the community to provide for the social advancement of our people because it's secrets in books, G. Y'all love stupid ass conspiracy. Ooh, the secrets, the codes. No, seriously, there's certain shit that you can't just easily Google. It's certain shit that's in books. And when I say that there's secrets in books, I don't mean books like The Secret, nigga. I mean books on history. Long Walk to Freedom. This is the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. I'm only one quarter through the book. This book is over 500 pages. I am currently on page 142. It's 554 pages. I'm sorry, 544 pages. But at any rate, Brother Mandela, rest in peace, our ancestor, he has some very interesting things to say about communism. First of all, he was definitely hesitant to it because it seemed like a very white concept. And by the way, I don't necessarily view myself as a communist or a socialist. But if y'all want to call me that, that's fine. I think it's corny to call yourself any kind of ist. I'm not an atheist. I'm not a feminist. All the ists are corny, except, you know, I'm a realist and I'm an analyst. But at any rate, because I'm a realist and an analyst, I do understand why some people would be apprehensive to concepts such as communism and socialism. But don't allow the fucking government, you know what I'm saying, these white motherfuckers to tell y'all, the same motherfuckers that tell y'all that we have democracy here. If you believe we have to, if you believe they have real communism there, then I bet you also believe that we have real democracy here. More on that later. Stay tuned. But anyway, I want to read y'all a little excerpt from 104 to 105. He says, "I was far more certain in those days of what I was against than what I was for. My long-standing opposition to communism was breaking down. Moses Kotane, the general secretary of the party and a member of the executive of the ANC, that's the African National Congress, often came to my house late at night and we would debate until morning. Clear thinking and self-talk. Kotane was the son of peasant farmers in the Transvaal, that's an area in South Africa. Nelson, he would say, what do you have against us? We're all fighting the same enemy. We do not seek to dominate the ANC. We are working within the context of African nationalism. In the end, I had no good response to his arguments." That's one part. This next part, pay close attention to. "I acquired the complete works of Marx and Engels, Lenin, Stalin, Mao Zedong, and others, and probed into the philosophy of dialectical and historical materialism. I had little time to study these works properly. While I was stimulated by the Communist Manifesto, I was exhausted by Das Kapital. But I found myself strongly drawn to the idea of a classist society, which, to my mind, was similar to the traditional African culture where life was shared and communal. I subscribe to Marx's basic datum, which has the simplicity and generosity of the golden rule, from each according to his ability, to each according to his needs." Also, this part right here, where it says, "I did not need to become a communist in order to work with them." I want y'all to look up, you know how people like to talk about black people having CP time, colored person's time. You know, we're not the only group that has that. African Americans, they have the same thing in actual Africa. They call it Africa time.
The South Asians, the Indians have it. It's called India Standard Time. The general other parts of Asia have Asia Standard Time. The Irish have some shit like that. Look up polychronic cultures. Okay, look. I don't know how well this could show up, but I just want to show y'all that I am looking this shit up. I'm not just pulling shit from my ass. All right, look. Polychronic definition means the ability to cater to multiple tasks simultaneously. As the name states, polychronic culture is defined as a, I'm sorry, is defined as is, what? Polychronic culture is defined as a, oh yeah, this was poorly written. That's not on me. Um, a type of workplace environment wherein employees handle multiple tasks simultaneously and allow a rhythmic approach to their work. And then you look up monochronic cultures and versus polychronic cultures. And once again, I want to put the power in your hands. Okay, I want y'all to look this shit up. But as you see, I'm doing the shit too, right? So the blue is monochronic, and the red, all the areas where I was talking about, you got Africa, the entire continent of Africa, the majority. You even got the Russians up here. We're gonna talk about the Russians too, because we talking about communism and shit. Um, okay, so moving forward, because I feel like this video finna be long as fuck. All right, so look. All right, so why I said what I said in the title. It's the American culture that they represent, the Trumps and the Reagans. First of all, that era of everybody got to get it out the mud by themselves rather than being a part of the community. Excuse me. That started with Reagan. He pushed the majority. That part of our American history was shifted by his bitch ass. And so, with that being said, you can have a piece of dog shit. Fast forward, uh, let me do the math. 30 or 40, I should say, years later to now, and you got a piece of dog shit like what's his name, JD Vance, and they say how do we make up for it, and then they'll say, what we can do is choose our own model, which is interesting because if somebody was to say that about, let's say, gay marriage, I'm sure you probably wouldn't agree with that. When he said choose your own model, I was like, wait a minute, bro. You sure about that? Are you sure about that? But anyway, the thing though is he's saying that people can choose their own model as it pertains to, have grandma help out again. First of all, oh my fucking God. It was fucking Reagan, once again, and all the other bootstrap rhetoric pieces of dog shit that was telling people, all the rhetoric that caused people to separate and be further and further apart. And then y'all not taking care of grandma. Y'all feeding everybody the worst food possible as far as like the prices is concerned. And even y'all raise the prices on bad food too. But on top of that, there are damn near 80 countries that have free healthcare. And the United States is not one of them. Look it up. Look it up. I'm going to not look everything up as I go along, but I will look up certain things. And just so y'all, I don't take up too much of y'all time, I'm gonna allow those smaller shit like that for y'all to look up y'all damn self. Just type in how many countries have free healthcare. Do that right now. Take a break. But at any rate, damn, I should have brought my water. I'm talking at length and shit. Okay, so, yeah. So, what are the ways that we are becoming lonely, and what ways are the society that we're in causing that to happen? Um, you know what? While I'm doing that, I want to look up some You know what? Nah, I won't. I won't do that. I think that everything is fine with how we doing it. We could keep just going forward. Um, but at any rate, so here's the three things, or actually four. Number one, this religious, spiritual bullshit. That shit is dividing us. Okay. Um, and for you motherfuckers saying it's not religion, it's relationship, you're full of shit. And I'm gonna tell you how. First of all, you encourage the community. It's just like the people that's wondering how Trump won when Trump was supported by a whole bunch of motherfuckers that were oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't even do this yet. I want to give a shout out to Zaina Bear with her little cute ass. She was the one who put me on to the fact that you can also at the library look up you can look up ebooks and audio books. This is Zaina Bear. She's the cutie pie who does, the interesting dances and shit. Oh damn, she got a little body. Yeah, this is Zaina Bear. Also, shout out to I do not know how to say this brother's name, but he is the famous librarian who went he is the famous what the fuck? He's the famous librarian who went viral uh for talking about how raw the library is. So yeah, shout out to bro. Look, raised by libraries. He a real motherfucker. But anyway, so yeah, let me go back to saying shit about the library too, and free shit and whatnot. Because here's the main two reasons Trump got elected. Well, three, and two of them are kind of connected and they're ironic. So, and let me get this going too, so y'all can see uh, where I'm getting this from. But anyway, look, Trump won because of three things. The first two are people having their issue with communism and people having issues with migrants. But the irony is, a lot of the migrants, not the illegal migrant or the undocumented migrants, I should say, um, because they can't vote, but the ones that actually do have citizenship, that I shouldn't say migrants, I should say the immigrants, immigrants who have already been in this country, they voted for Trump. And the irony is they voted for Trump because the fear they have of communism. So countries, specifically Cuba. So here's what we do, right? Um, Type in Latinos for Trump disaggregated. And I learned about disaggregation when I lived in Minneapolis because all the stereotypes people have for Asians being smart and talented and all of that. That's really only for Chinese and Japanese, mainly Chinese, because the Southeast Asians that live in places like Minneapolis and shit, they're actually really down bad. They live a lot of lives very similar to ours out there, as far as like poverty and educational disparities and shit. And I was a teacher out there. I met an Asian student named Dion, and that was all I needed to know, that these was not the same Asians from back in Chicago. I don't know if y'all used to watch Gangland. They definitely. I didn't see a whole lot of gang banging shit going on. What the fuck? Um, Here we go, snooze. Fuck that. No, stop, please. But anyway, they talked about the disaggregation of Asian statistics slash stereotypes. And first of all, another common similarity with the Asians, I gotta say, G, I never seen Asians as thick as I seen in Minnesota. I was like, y'all gotta be something different. Cause then I learned more about, the Hmong and Cambodia and Vietnamese. They be black thick. So I had a coworker and I was like, one time she got up from her seat. I know this is bad. I'm sorry. I'm a man though. Sorry. She got up from her seat and I looked to the left. I was like, wait, I was like, I thought a black lady was standing there. And a lot of times you would be walking and you would see just a real thick, plump, juicy body. And especially in the wintertime when they got like the bubble coats on, bubble coat and bubble butt. And then you looking from behind and you think you finna walk up on a sister. And then you turn around, you're like, damn, you an Asian? But anyway, yeah, disaggregation. So disaggregate the Latino vote. The highest percentage that voted for Trump. Wish I could touchscreen it. I was used to using the one at my desk. But yeah, right here, you see that big long red bar right there? That's all the motherfuckers that voted for Trump within the Hispanic community, and that's motherfuckers from Cuba. Because Trump scared their ass saying the communism thing. But guess what? What they have in them countries was not communism. And proof of that is how the United States tries to conflate communism and fascism, but they never say that they're anti-fascism. Ever notice that? Like, the reason that those countries became fascist, like Russia and all of that, is because number one, they're white. Let's be 100. Number two, it's easy to become corruptible when you're in power and when you're looking at a model like the United States that has got, and other places like Britain and shit that have gotten all of their shit via forceful ways. They want to have the strongest grip. And then also, the United States has literally been involved in coups, not just Cuba, not just Vietnam, where they lost, but also Venezuela. Um, the United States has played the role in a lot of coups in South America. If you don't know what a coup is basically when the person or people or government that's currently in power gets overtaken by force, and usually they get help from other entities in a lot of situations. Look up how many coups, and coup is spelled COUP. It's shout out to Boost Riley, who is the member of the hip hop collective or hip hop group called the Coup. It's short for coup d'etat. So coup d'etat, COUP. Then it's like D, and then apostrophe TAT, something like that. Let me look up that shit. Wow. But anyway, yeah, that's what the fuck it was. And the United States has done that a lot. Okay, yeah, I knew I was off a little bit. COUP space D apostrophe ETAT, coup d'etat. But anyway, yeah, what the fuck I was saying. Yeah, side note, if you ain't figured out the benefits of communism and socialism yet, or what people call that, I hope nobody ever cooks for you for free again. I hope nobody ever gives you a ride nowhere, gas free. And I hope motherfuckers never come back from the store with nothing for your ass. But anyway, and shout out to what's baby girl name? Lucretia McEvil. Shout out to Lucretia McEvil. She said shit like, what she say? She was like, damn, I can't even find her page. Oh yeah, here you go, little cutie mama. Um, she was like, it's time to start asking people what you need from the store again. So yeah, check her out. She be talking that real shit. That's Lucretia McEvil. It got me. But anyway, asking people that type of shit. I think she also was saying get to know your neighbors. Go watch my other videos. I got to know a lot of my neighbors, the ones in my building. Uh, I typed up a lot. After she said that, I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Cause watch my other video of how I got cool with the neighbors in the other building who were Venezuelan. But it was an issue with a person in their building who was unfortunately African American, and they was tweaking, and I felt kind of powerless. But then I watched her video, and I was like, I don't know what I can do. I do be standing in front of the door sometimes, smoking weed, and sometimes it make me feel like I be in the way. But also, I just wanted to let people know, because motherfuckers fell on hard times, and I ended up having to move back in with my auntie. And so I just basically printed. I went to the library. Oh, yeah, you can do that at the library. Come to the library and use the printer. Type up some shit that you need to print up. You get $1 here in Chicago. Currently, you get $1.50 allowance per day. So at 15 cents a page, I was able to print 10 copies, which was more than enough because it was I only got like 7 or 8 other units in my building. So I typed in just introducing myself, saying what's up and all of that, and to forgive me for the reefer smoke, and that I want to know what we can do as a community to stop the bullshit that the neighbors was doing. Go watch my other video and see what disgusting shit the neighbors was doing. Um, but yeah. What the fuck I was finna say? Yeah, so that's the thing. But moving forward, you religious motherfuckers. That's the other reason why Trump won, is because that whole spirit of spirituality, like, ooh, God is mad, and God, people really think that God wanted Trump to be president. The goofy sisters in Mary voted for Trump because of God reasons. Go look it up. Look up Mary support Trump. But anyway, y'all motherfuckers walking around here saying, "Oh, it's not religion, it's relationship." Bullshit. The only relationship you got is with your fucking ego, cause that is what the hell uh what y'all call God actually is. What y'all call God, just the human ego, just the human ego. Shout out to Lupe Fiasco. What bro say? He said something. This ain't exactly how he said it. You can go listen to the song yourself. It's called Kiosk. Type in Kiosk, Kiosk, by Lupe Fiasco. He said, preachers can praise AIDS as God killing the gays, but when he dies from cancer, that's God's mysterious ways. Yeah, bitch. Because everybody can use God to push whatever narrative they want. Especially when the book y'all read, and you are practicing religion, if you're reading a religious book, and if you're believing in a deity, you are in a religion, especially when your deism is based on the book that you're reading, and that book contributes to religions. Um, so yeah, I'll give y'all another one. You know what? Let's take a second to talk about Reagan. Let's talk about Reagan and his involvement with with astrology. Type in Reagan promotes zodiacs. So there's basically been this situation where Ronald Reagan was so into zodiacs, especially because that was around the time it first started to really make its presence known in like the 60s. But in the 80s, that was when people really got more into that stupid shit. And so Reagan was one of the people that was connected to it so much that people were assuming that uh, he was using astrology to make policy bars. And so, damn it, New York Times with these fucking paywalls. Okay, let me read it. No, y'all some hoes. Continue without subscribing, bitch. All right. Says White House confirms Reagan follows astrology up to a point. But that's not the title I was looking for. It was like Reagan said astrology had not influenced his policy, but it also in this other PBS article, astrologer who helped guide President Reagan's schedule. So yeah, he was into that weird shit. So yeah, you're aligned. All of y'all weird ass beliefs be aligned with weird ass people. Um, but anyway, let's get back to this Christian shit. Um, Religion, Christianity, the Bible, even if you say you're not religious, the Bible for sure is definitely colonialism. Um, it's funny because these Christians will say the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and not realize you just admitted that the white man is the devil because steal, kill, and destroy, that sounds like colonization to me. Then also in the Bible it says, go possess the land. That's also colonization. Um, by the way, if the Bible is such a good book, right, and it's basic instructions before leaving Earth, why the fuck would y'all have to go all over the world raping, robbing, and removing people just to prove that it's that good of a book? Seems like some bullshit to me. Also, this colonization is the reason that we are all impoverished. And because the majority of the world, our world especially, is impoverished. Excuse me. Furthermore, it keeps us divided. And going back to the zodiac bullshit, that shit is division as well. Because y'all want to sit up here, and look at life through a lens of I perceive this person as being this kind of way because of their birthday, rather than just getting to know. Because literally, we have so many traumas and colonialist thought that stems from the shit like religion that we won't unpack. We won't talk about what happened to us as kids. We won't talk about the way we was raised or the area in which we was raised or the policy that affected where we were raised and the way we was raised. You'll just say the reason I'm the way I am is because of my rising sign or my third house or whatever the fuck. And that shit is harmful. It's in the way. And yes, it is your fault for believing in that dumb shit. Go watch my other videos of why people seem to think that silly shit is accurate. But aside from that shit causing division and thus loneliness, particularly people were saying that there was a male loneliness epidemic. But guess what? All that biblical bullshit and red pillary not only goes hand in hand, but it contributes to hate for women. And come on, y'all. I shouldn't have to keep proving shit to y'all, but the Bible says that the Bible says all type of wild shit. Like women shouldn't even have their hair braided. Watch this. In two different parts of the Bible, so let me see. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. In like manner that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefastedness. Ooh, look up what shamefastedness means. And sobriety, not with braided hair and gold or pearls or costly raiment, but through good works. So, yeah, they're telling women to always be modest or whatever, which really just means be basic as shit. Our women are beautiful. I love some sexy ass Moesha braids. And I love our women, our people, period, having gold on. And they trying to tell, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. They trying to say that women can't have their hair braided and can't wear gold. That's some specific, as they say, misogynoir. They got to put the French misogynoir. That's specifically for black women. Let's look up what shamefastedness means. Uh, it says feeling or showing shame, the state of being modest, shy, or bashful. Demure, if you will. By the way, you do know demure means shy, right? That whole shit was anti-woman as well. The motherfucker just playing into the silly shit. Like, yeah, I'm demure. Like, yeah, okay, that's exactly what all these weird niggas want your ass to be. Yeah, I got a real demure wife. Looking ass. Let's also talk about in the Bible Lot's daughters. Ooh wee, Lot's daughters. Cause see, people like to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah as it pertains to homosexuality, but they don't talk about the rape that Lot suggested for his daughters. Um, let's see what part of the book this is. Is it Judges 19:24? Let's talk about Lot's daughters. Yeah. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Oh wait, this is a different verse, but we gonna read this too, cause it's the same type of shit that happened in the Bible, all type of shit. Okay, watch this. All right. So verse 24. Go to Judges 19, verse 24, and just read. Or no, verse 23. It says, while they were enjoying themselves, the townsmen, a depraved lot, had gathered about the house, a depraved lot, that's wild, had gathered about the house and were pounding on the door. They called to the aged owner of the house, bring out the man who's coming to your house so that we can be intimate with him. Y'all know what that means. The owner of the house went out and said to them, please, my friends, do not commit such a wrong. Since this fellow has entered my house, do not perpetrate this outrage. Look, here's my virgin daughter and his concubine. Let me bring them out to you. Use them, do what you like with them, but don't do that outrageous thing to this fellow. Um, but the others would not listen to them. So the man seized his concubine and pushed her out to them. They raped her and abused her all night long until morning, and they let her go when dawn broke. So yeah, that also has to do with this Diddy shit. You can't be mad at the Diddy shit. You're not mad at this biblical shit. Be fucking cuz. Be fucking cuz. The whole message behind this rhetoric, just like with Sodom and Gomorrah, which I'm trying to find. Uh, oh yeah, yeah, and then Lot's daughters. Gee, Lot's the whole shit behind Lot's daughters is gross. They had sex with their dad as well, so versus, oh my God, versus angels. So here's the thing. A lot of people don't have a problem with, a lot of people don't have a problem with, Diddy being a rapist or abuser or anything like that. They only have a problem that he did that to a man or to men, because just like in these stories, they don't have a problem with these people raping women. They only have a problem when they rape men. They're like, please don't do this outrage. All right, let's talk about Genesis 19. Um, oh my God. We're gonna talk about this Sodom and Gomorrah shit. Oh my God. Nigga. God rescues Lot. Here's Lot. Lot doing the same shit that the motherfuckers in Judges just did. Um, but also, we don't have time for this. But look up the fact that Lot's daughters raped their dad. Maybe it was revenge. Gee, they got their dad drunk and raped him, G. This is the fucking Bible, and you need basic instructions before leaving. Raping your daughters, nigga. What? Get your dumb ass out of here. Oh, it was the law back. It was the... Anyway, Genesis verse 19, or Genesis chapter 19. The two angels came to Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gate of Sodom. When Lot saw them, he rose to meet them and bowed himself to the face of the earth and said, my lords, please turn aside to your servant's house and spend the night and wash your feet. Then you may arise up early and go your way. They said, no, we will spend the night in the town square. But he pressed them strongly, so they turned aside to him and entered his house. And he made them a feast and baked unleavened bread, and they ate. But before they lay down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, both young and old, all the people to the last man surrounded the house, and they called to Lot, where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us, that we may know them. Lot went out to the men at the entrance, shut the door after him, and said, I beg you, my brothers, do not act so wickedly. Don't this sound like the same story? Behold, I have two daughters who have not known any man. Let me bring them out to you, and do to them as you please. I'm not gonna fucking keep reading this shit, man. Anyway, so it says that women shouldn't speak in church. I don't want to keep looking these up. Y'all look this shit up yourself. I'm wasting my time trying to prove to y'all book. This is y'all book that I'm proving to y'all. Fuck is you talking about? Anyway, now also the Bible also says that the man is the head and that women submit and God the Father and all that shit. Think about it. You can't be fighting patriarchy too tough if you call yourself worshiping some shit called God the Father. So that's all you liberation theologists. I'm looking at you, Little Bill. Nah, shout out to Lil Bill though. That biblical shit is some fuck shit. And you know the leftists, they always be contradicting themselves. But Lil Bill did drop some shit about the importance of homegirls, and what he had to say about that was actually on point, especially his comment about women being sexually assaulted. I remember when I was way more naive and immature, when I was like 18 or 19, I was like, I'm not finna date a girl that has been a victim of sexual assault because I don't want those problems. Oh boy, was I in for a rude and heartbreaking awakening. Yeah, it's way more women than you would assume have been victims in some sort of way because y'all men think that shit is okay. Bars. And the Bible tells you so. But anyway, also the Bible has 66 books, 40 of them are named after men. 2 of them only are named after women. 40 of them damn near are named after men. The 2 that are named after women were debated about. And then you got Song of Solomon, which we'll talk about later. Man. But you Islamic motherfuckers, y'all ain't safe. Oh yeah, I'm coming for that ass too. Yeah, the Quran says probably, I don't know too much about the Quran, but it has to say even wilder shit. Because and we'll talk a little bit later about people like Elijah Muhammad. But you see the public display of anti-womanism with the Muslims. They gotta cover their hair and or face, the hijabs and shit. Gotta walk 10 feet behind their husbands and shit. Yeah, man. Uh, the Palestine interviews, by the way. Free Palestine, but they still fuck Islam. Still fuck Islam. And then also fuck that anti-black shit that y'all non-Muslim family members. I'm trying to find that video where if hold on. I'm trying to damn. My bad, y'all. I was trying to find that video where they was like interviewing. Let me see. Interviewing. Damn, I was trying to find that video where it was motherfuckers interviewing people in Palestine, and they was like, "What would you do if you found out people in your family wasn't Muslim?" And the answers were shocking to say the least. But let me try to find it on Google or something, cause I'm trying to find this shit in YouTube. Let's see. Quran, if family isn't Muslim. Alright, fuck this. I can't find it. I'm gonna just let y'all have that one. But generally, I was trying to get to the point about how this religious shit have an effect on families. You feel me? Just the concept of, also is not real, as they call it. The concept of, God being the ego and saying some bullshit like, oh yeah, we're God's chosen people. You are the chosen people of some shit you made up according to a book you wrote. Get the fuck out of here. Like, and then you're killing people over this shit. God fucking damn it. Yeah, I use the word God. But anyway, because that's a part of our colloquialism. Also, God comes from the fucking German word, Gott, G-O-T-T, Gotti. But anyway, back to women. All right, so the religious books also encourage polygamy. You look at King David and his son, Solomon. So the only wives that are named are 8 wives, but it says that he had way more than that. But anyway, because people love to say, the Bible ordains marriage and marriage between one man and one woman. Really? What that say? This y'all? That say 8 wives. Yeah, suck my dick. But it also says that he had more than that. Those are only the wives that were listed. But his son, Solomon, who wrote a whole book about fucking, um, and don't think it's fucking for one man and one wife, because what does it say? He has 700 wives and 300 concubines. And let's just see what is Song of Solomon about. Nah. Get y'all ass out of here. It says Song of Solomon describes both marriage and God's relationship with his people. The Song of Solomon is not just about commitment and intimacy in the context of marriage. It also speaks to the type of relationship that the Lord desires with his people. Type in Song of Solomon sex. Just type that in. Sex versus talk about female and male oral sex. Oh yeah, let's read Song of Solomon. I'm finna read just a couple of verses. Oh my god. This shit freaky. Y'all freaky. What the fuck? He shall lie betwixt my breasts. That's that's verse 1, chapter 3. Oh no. What is this? Wait, this is all just chapter 1? Yo, alright, y'all. Just go read that shit y'all self. This shit freaky. Hell nah. Come, blow upon my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Y'all freaky. Let my beloved come into his garden and eat his pleasant fruits. Oh yeah, y'all freaky. We have a little sister, and she hath no breasts, but my breasts are like towers. Nigga. Yeah, that's chapter 8. Hell no. Yeah, Song of Solomon, he was wild. That's a nigga who on some other shit. Alright. Elijah Muhammad, though. We finna talk about this, man. If y'all don't know much about Elijah Muhammad, Farrakhan wanted to ask him about why, they want to give you. I mean, not Farrakhan. Sway in the Morning. He wanted to ask Farrakhan about why Elijah Muhammad was fucking them kids and then getting them fired. He would get them young ladies pregnant and then get them fired. And I'm trying to find the specific part where he was talking about that shit, but I'm not gonna waste y'all time or mine. So go watch this interview. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan details stories of relationship with Malcolm X. What I typed in was Elijah Muhammad Sway, and he talks about. Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to see if I could find that shit. Talking about him being assassinated and shit. I feel like I'm wasting time trying to look for this shit. I should have did this shit ahead of time. My bad. But anyway, y'all, I'm high. I'm dragging this shit along. I've spoken about polygamy before. Go watch my other videos. It's not natural. It's a very colonialist, anti-woman concept, and it's a very capitalist concept. A lot of women are rightfully rebelling against all of this shit. So many men feel alone, but heterosexual women feel alone too, and they feel afraid of men. Plus, there are on the flip side women who have desire to take on this capitalist driven trailblazing and oftentimes exploitative role, which causes them to oftentimes date other women. Watch my other videos, especially if they're not dating outside their race. They're dating outside their race and they're dating women. um, Go watch my other videos. But capitalism, colonialism, patriarchy, whatever the fuck you want to call it, was not meant to serve black men. So you trying to promote that shit is a waste of your time, and you will not and cannot win in the end. And it's your fault for trying. Um, Go look up sexy sister. What's her little sexy ass name? Alexis, Lectual Media. She's got this episode where she's talking about pimp culture. So you're gonna type in Lectual Pimp Culture. So yeah, little sexy sister right there. Go watch that. Pimp culture, hustle culture, capitalism, that shit all goes hand in hand. Motherfuckers like to pimp other people because they feel at least that they're indirectly being pimped by the system. And instead of destroying the system, you want to try to pimp other people who are being affected by the system. Pieces of dog shit. Anyway, so aside from women not participating how many men may want them to, aside from the economy literally being fucked and causing people to have less and thus having less connections and less community, there was a literal pandemic caused by not your stupid ass conspiracy theories, but due to corruption, neoliberalism, which is that bootstrap rhetoric, put yourself up by your bootstraps, and a bunch of dumbasses that don't listen. Um, Poor farmers left neglected by the government and pressured by the elite who have a taste for weird ass animals ended up selling all type of bullshit just to survive, and the conditions in question were unsanitary, and the government allowed this to spite those who demanded regulations. Um, and so all of this, by the way, speaking of, and this is when the video is pretty much over and it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real and it's gonna get real kind of rough, especially if you are any of the people I'm about to name or if you know any of the people I'm about to name. This is the fourth reason why the loneliness epidemic has been happening. All of this shit that I mentioned prior to just now has caused already mentally unstable people / people with already fucked up views to get worse and cause people like me who are not afraid to cut y'all off to cut y'all stupid ass off. So I have 9 people I would like to address. Number 1, JD. I want nothing to do with you. If you're watching this, I need you to understand there are so many things that you refuse to understand. I'm not going to keep wasting my time explaining myself to you or anybody else. Hopefully this video was able to shine a light for you and many other people. But I'm done explaining myself. I want to starve all hedonists, all fuckboys, all people that are apathetic, all people that just don't really give a fuck, especially about black people, blackness, people who have too fucking mushy of a soft spot for white people. I don't have time for it. I want nothing to do with you. I wish you the best, but I want nothing to do with you. Number 2, my homie Slim. Out of all my homies dead or alive, I've known you the longest. But your brain works poorly, and I have the remorse that I could have for you has dwindled to nothing at this point for a lot of reasons. One, because I don't remember, and I've told you this already. I don't remember you having these problems of hating women or whatever the fuck. Which I don't believe you hate women. I think just you hang on to the every word of horrible motherfuckers, and you don't care. When I came over to your house, I saw your algorithm. Basically, I looked at what your homepage looked like on YouTube, and I was just like, yeah, like you are. I'm gonna say this to everybody watching. You are 100% responsible for your algorithm. You curate what you want to see. When you like, when you comment, when you unlike. By the way, commenting negatively, the algorithm can't read. Only thing it can do is tell engagement. So when you engage with that shit, when you're constantly responding to rage bait and all of that, when you engage with the rage, that shit gonna stay on your page. Bars, ooh, ooh, bars. I really on everything I love. I just came with that shit just now. But anyway, when you engage with the rage, that shit gonna stay on your page. On phone them, copyright 2024 them. But anyway, so yeah, man. Yeah, bro, you're down bad. I already told you. And speaking of just going over your house and seeing just the condition it's in. I want to say this to everybody, even if you're not on this list, clean your fucking room. Clean your fucking room. Be more organized. Be more clean. Be more sanitary. Be more hygienic. That also causes the loneliness epidemic. Bars. I just keep rhyming. I personally have pretty high standards. I've slept in the streets, like literally outside, and I've still been more cleanly with my approach and organized and fucking sanitary than a lot of motherfuckers I see. And I still have high enough standards to if I'm gonna sleep in a dirty house or a dirty room, I may as well sleep in the streets. So before anybody say anything, please understand that. But also proof that your brain just works poorly and the reason why you must have got mad and we ain't talked in so long. Bro, your grandma paid me $40 and then talked shit about me and said that I'm a shitty. She was talking shit about me while I was asleep, loud enough that I could fucking hear about how I'm not a good cleaner. I'm not a good cleaner. Yet the entire household that you live in uh, has all type of shit wrong with it, but mainly in the basement, you have literal dog shit. You allowing these grown ass men to be in your house and allow a dog to be in there that they can't barely feed themselves when they first got that dog, and then fast forward to now, they let for 10 years a dog shit and piss in a basement with newspapers in a basement so the air ventilation ain't even the same. And then offer me, can I live with you, to live with you in the basement? I said no. And then you're like, fast forward about us linking up. Can I put my bike? No problem. Wait, one moment. But anyway, it's been a lot of stop and go with the video, but I'm glad y'all been rocking with me for as long as y'all have. But at any rate, you're like, you can put your bike in my basement. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing shit with that basement at all. And then for you to not know, I'm like, either he's trolling me by acting like he don't know. Thank you. Either you're trolling me by acting like you don't know, and you're trying to engage in some sort of ass backwards argument, or your brain literally works that poorly, and that's the standards by which you live, to where that's so normal to you that you're like, in the back of your head, I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to put some. I don't remember what's wrong with my basement. You don't remember you letting a dog shit in the basement, and that don't mean nothing to you? That's fucked. That's fucked, bro. And I don't know if we'll ever be like cool again or whatever, but get your shit together, bro. Also, to my sister, Leisha, I have a lot of love for you, but there's a lot. You're not slow like how the previous person is, who I just mentioned, Brother Slim. But there is a lot that you just don't understand about the world. And I'll admit, there was a lot I didn't understand about, my role in oppressive language and things like that may have upset you. You being both a woman and of the LGBT community, I've had to build a lot of sensitivity. And here's the thing: as a straight man, I will always have some degree of what can be considered misogyny or patriarchy, and I will always have, to some degree, what could be considered um, homophobia, transphobia, etc. But here's the deal, because it's just like being a white person. White people can try to be as progressive all they want. They're still going to have their implicit biases that just come with their demographic, especially because of conditioning. Um, but at this point, any disagreements you and I have is on you. I got it, because at this point, I have done the work. I've done a lot of work to meet people halfway. And now it's just like people are willfully not understanding me. And once again, I gotta say this: a lot of y'all that are super into video games and anime and shit, I notice y'all have a really really dirty room. Y'all really disorganized. Y'all thoughts are disorganized, and a lot of times y'all be kind of super standoffish and slash just socially like introverted or whatever, and not with it. And what does that have to do with our relationship? Number one, I did just want to get that off. I can't not throw shade to that community, because that anime video game shit has a real bad effect on people's personalities. But as it pertains to you specifically, I just know that. And it also causes people to be people be addicted to substances that I just don't have any excuse for. And my thing is, I try my best to empathize, because I know I didn't grow up like y'all. But at the end of the day, that shit has an effect on how y'all perceive the world. And I'm just kind of tired of explaining myself. I did nothing wrong to you with that whole dispensary situation. It's been a year plus. I still have no job. You do. So literally, I do not empathize with you. Moving forward, and now we're talking about my actual family. By the way, we stopped referring to each other as brother and sister. That was on you. I was still saying sister, but whatever. I'm not tripping over that. But at any rate, to my cousin Chris, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, other than your overall desire to fit in and try to be cool or try to do performative masculinity that always fails. And I feel like, I don't know, I have an assumption about you that I'm going to keep off record, but all I'm going to say is I find it hilarious and sad that the majority of the time when men try to overdo it with the performative masculinity, they're hiding something. And it's at the very least just insecurity in your masculinity, not thinking you can live up to whatever standards. And my thing is, I never ever gave a fuck about standards. Your standards, anybody's standards, I don't give a fuck what y'all think about me. And that's what masculinity is, making your own rules. Nobody's gonna make no fucking rules for me. Fuck that. I I ask about you from time to time, and what I often end up just hearing is, at best, Chris ain't been tweaking as much recently. That's the best I hear about you. I was talking to a relative, not gonna say who, and they feel just like how I feel that you're basically this generation's Uncle Pee Wee. Uncle Pee Wee, who lives right across the street from me, that motherfucker acts odd as shit. I don't know what the hell his problem is, but he act like you. He act like an old nigga version of you. If you don't want to turn on Uncle Pee Wee, get your shit together. Get your shit together. And also, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that because that's bringing in other people that's not on the list. I'm not gonna throw no shade to nobody that's not on the list, but going back to the shit I said about other people, who people choose to surround themselves with, or who people, descend from, etc. But anyway, Chris, I don't think I want anything to do with you. Also, you're always trying to like school somebody on something. I've done way more shit than you. The only things you've done more than me maybe is white bitches and white drugs. But other than that, same thing for JD. Like y'all don't have shit on me. I've done more shit than y'all motherfuckers probably don't got y'all passport yet. While y'all probably on some well, I don't think JD is on some passport bro shit, but brother Chris probably definitely is on that silly shit, and I don't got time for that dumb shit. But my whole point is, I've been more places than you. I started work before you. I got my first apartment before you. Moved to another state, lived by myself before you. I'm always doing shit by myself, by the way. I don't need other people. And that's the other problem that I have with you is like, you're old shit. Just like basically everybody on this fucking list, y'all base y'all shit off other people or off what's popular or whatever the fuck. Fuck that shit. Let's see. Tone and Keith. All right. So Tone, this is when it's gonna start to get a little real shaky. Tone, fuck all of your weird ass capitalism and all of that shit that you got going on. I feel like you trying to be like my dad 2.0 instead because you didn't graduate from college, you couldn't join a fraternity, so you joined the Masons, and now you pushing all of this weird ass, capitalistic bullshit and voting against our interests as people. And you supposed to be the political motherfucker in the family. Ain't that funny? But at any rate, I don't know if you and I will ever speak again, but if so, two conditions. Number one, and what I'm about to say to you applies to two other people, but with higher prices. Because you like capitalism so much, I'm finna make that shit work against your ass. If you ever want to talk to me again, I need $600 US. I accept Cash App and Venmo only. The second condition is I will never be working for you again in any capacity, but especially with the photography shit. Since you want to do this capitalism shit, I'm gonna show your ass. I am such a committed human being, not a committed worker. I put in effort because when you are given a task, whether you're getting paid or not, you're doing it for a human being, and human beings need each other, asshole. Keith. So, Keith, here's my thing. Out of everybody on this list, I feel the worst about having you on here because literally, I feel like it's kind of similar to Imhotep, where it's something like gotta be like with your brain or something, to where the way that you handle business. Also, I haven't done any business with you in a while, but I can't do any business with you or anybody on this list or anybody in the family because I don't like old heads. But one thing an old head told me that I'll never forget is how you do anything is how you do everything. And Keith, you know, from this whole bullshit of that weird dude Rico who wanted to treat me like I just was finna sit around and wait for him all fucking day. How you didn't fucking understand how that shit was disrespectful and how he should have just came when he said he would. But then I look at how you handle shit and you do the same send off bullshit. And then on top of that, you know, I look at how you did on my birthday, which I was forgiving at that time because I had money during that time. And when I have money, it don't mean motherfuckers won't get cut off, but it does mean that my reaction time to the fuck shit is much slower. I'm more quicker to get on that with your ass and less forgiving um, when I have less money. But you did that shit on my birthday where you know you made me pay for something rather than saying, "Hey, I'm inviting you to something for your birthday, so just come on through. We got you." Also, you kept saying, "I'm gonna give you a ride." So I'm not saying, I want you to understand, I know that you didn't do this to me intentionally, but the thing is you don't care, right? And you're not showing the effort. And I put in too much effort and concern for people that I love, for people to keep pissing on me like this. Whether they, listen, if you're drunk and you accidentally piss on me, you still pissed on me, right? If you know, I remember I was on the bus and all we heard, we were on the expressway. I was on the 6 coming from downtown going to Hyde Park. And there was a car that all we heard was a loud boom. And then the car veered in front of the bus and crashed, right? So it was revealed that that car's wheel had popped, right? But we didn't know if that driver was being reckless. We don't know if that driver was drunk. We don't know if that driver was getting into a fight. We don't know if that driver passed out because somebody drugged them earlier. It could have been all type of shit that happened. But the fact of the matter is we have to protect ourselves from that crash. So that's where I'm at with you, Keith, is that I'm not finna keep, you know, eventually I'm gonna have to protect myself in the form of me keeping my distance. It's nothing personal, it's just business. So if you ever want to talk to me again, bring the weed that you said you was gonna bring to me because you offered that. I didn't ask you for that, but I'm grateful that you brought it. But I'm just tired. I'm tired of everyone and everything. I'm fucking tired. Moving on. Devon, my brother. Devon, go watch my other videos. I've mentioned all kinds of just ways that you got life and me fucked up. Your interests, your desires, the things that inspire you, the things that, you know, make you feel like a man or whatever, are all things that at best don't impress me and at worst make me not respect you as not just a man, but as a human being. You know, I can't excuse the shit that I know about you, from the real reason you got kicked out of college to how you just in general view women. My goal is to starve all hedonists, fuck boys, whatever, especially if you're related to me. I'm not going to continue to encourage that. Also, I need nothing from you. Going back to the shit like with Christopher Hinton, I shouldn't have said his full name, but whatever. Going back to the people in like him who think that they're gonna give me the game or whatever. I don't aspire to be anything like you. I don't respect your values. You know, I stand on business more than you. I'm willing to do things alone. I really do get shit out the mud. I'm not seeking to figure out ways to have housing rent free through a woman. Currently, I'm staying with my aunt who initially I wasn't gonna live with, but things just kind of worked out that way. But yeah, people love to talk about, my role in capitalism and how well I can survive and all of that shit. It's like, yeah, for the most part, I do the thing that people tell us not to do, especially as I particularly speak about communism and socialism. We are supposed to ask people for help. But it's the people that have the ability to help that I refuse to ask from. And yeah, I just be keeping motherfuckers out the way. Speaking of which, oh, and yeah, Devon, I don't think I want. I don't know if you and I will ever talk again, but I'm. Lastly, my parents. We're gonna start with my mom. Mom, I don't know what the fuck to do with you. My main issue with you nowadays is not only that you don't listen at fucking all, but the way that you treat other people who are not me. It shows that you just don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself. You are a narcissist and you are a sociopath. And I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to come to Thanksgiving. Um, and if you ever want to talk to me again, I need 4,000 US dollars. I accept Cash App and Venmo only, and I'm very serious about that. To your baby daddy, Melvern Williams. I am actually not sure about this, but I think I might hate you. I at the very least have hate for you. Um, and I don't expect you to understand shit. And I don't even expect like any money, like when you die. I don't expect that I'm in your will or anything like that. I don't trust you. You just odd, bro. And if you ever want to talk to me again, I need 8,000 US dollars. I accept Cash App and Venmo only. For the rest of my family that hasn't heard from me in years, all the weird motherfuckers that came to Devon's and I forgot her name, wedding thing in 2022. Most of that, all that energy of me getting back in contact with family, that was Sherelle. Like, I don't want to fuck with y'all no more. Fuck the whole state of Minnesota. Fuck the Vikings. Fuck Tater Tot Hot Dish. Fuck, um, fuck Surly's Brewery. Fuck, fuck the motherfucking Timberwolves. Fuck the Lynx. Fuck the Metro Transit Light Rail. Shit, man. I damn near say fuck Prince. I don't really see the whole deal with Prince. Know what I'm saying? Shit, man. Fuck loons and all the rest of you coons. I'm out.